Prop Market. I'm your host, the Prop King, and today I have my 2025 NFL Division Round player props for Sunday, January 19th, 2025. So I'm super excited to bring you these picks I have for you today. Five great picks. I spent a lot of time in the lab. There's a lot of information out there to kind of pick through, and I went through all of it. Um, Once again, 100% transparent on my picks. I have shows from for Saturday as well, January 18th. So if you go to my channel, you will see that I have a show for Saturday as well. The reason why I did two shows is just I wanted to break them down. Had too many picks. I didn't want to overwhelm anybody. So go ahead and check out that Saturday show as well. Has some really good gold in there and have some really good gems in for you today. I'm really confident with the slate this week in the NFL. I feel like the numbers have kind of went down. Maybe a time to buy low for some of these guys as the market has kind of adjusted to them struggling. Now, with that being said, every pick that I made on the show, I bet myself. I don't just throw out numbers for you to pick and don't put them. I bet them with my own money. I back them with my own money. So let's go ahead and get to my first pick. Without further ado, here we go. First pick of the day, and I love this pick. Absolutely love it. It would be my pick of the day, and that's going to be Lamar Jackson, um, who's averaging 231 passing yards, which is up for him this season. Got him projected at 235. Prize Picks has him nowhere near this, in my opinion. The total is set for 52 points for the Bills versus the Ravens. So they're expecting a track meet, let's be honest, back and forth. Matt Milano added a little fuel to the fire by saying that Lamar Jackson had an okay year. I think he probably took uh, a little offense to that, along with the fact that people are questioning Lamar Jackson in general as a quarterback in the playoffs. Now, I do have the Bills winning this game, but I do say Lamar being very motivated. Milano also went along to say what their plan was for this week, and that was to make him a drop back passer and for him to beat them from the pocket. Now, people throw out smoke screens every once in a while, and we all know that's true. But in this situation, I really believe that any team is going to make Lamar Jackson try to beat them from the pocket. It's easier said than done. I believe he'll be his spy and the guy that's going to stop him or try to stop him from running. But I do think we see a lot of passing for him this game. Buffalo Bills will be getting up and down the field. Josh Allen will be making plays. So with that being said, Lamar Jackson will have to make plays with his arm. And I believe his arm talent has improved a lot over the years. Has some good receivers there as well. So with that being said, I like his over 220 passing yards with the motivation that he's facing and the situation. I think he gets empty yards because I believe he's going to be playing from behind. Next pick is Dalton Kincaid from the Bills. Average receiving yards is 34. I got him projected at 42. Kincaid is a huge receiver, tight end receiver out of Utah. I really liked him when he was at Utah. He has strong hands, and he doesn't mind going across the middle. He's the type of guy, he catches the ball and he can run for another 10 yards if needed. Ravens have a really good defense, but they do sometimes have busted coverages, particularly in the middle of the field where Kincaid will operate. Not too sure about the weather, but with that being said, Josh Allen will be looking for a safety blanket. His receivers are pretty good, but I'm noticing this slot this year, Josh Allen is throwing a lot of yards under 10 yards, not passes under 10 yards, not really trying to throw the ball down the field. And if he does, it's one or two shots a game. So I really like this pick. Over 31.5 receiving yards. I feel his number's just way too low for a guy that should get 4 to 5 targets in this game. Next guy is Kyron Williams. We were on Kyron Williams last week for his under, and now I'm switching it up and going to his over. I really like his over this week, and there's a couple reasons why. He's hit this number 4 out of 5 games. He had 18 fantasy score in his last game, 16 rushes plus 3 targets, which will also go up this week. They rested him at the end of the game as well, just to make sure he's fresh for this game. Stafford will be pressured this week by the Eagles. They will bring the heat on him. So I think this average fantasy score 17 really is ringing to me. He gets a lot of, I think, dump down passes, check downs, as Stafford is known to not force anything. Kyron Williams is going to get the majority of the carries as well. I see him getting in the end zone, either through a reception, through a rush like he did last week. So I like his over 14.5 fantasy score. I feel like that number is really low for somebody who's going to get as much usage rate as he should. Next guy is Jalen Hurts. Now I'm on Jalen Hurts and everyone is off of him, and that's the reason why I'm really on him this week. I think it's a bounce back spot from multiple weeks. He even got booed last week, which has to be tough as you're winning a playoff game. But the Rams are ranked 20th versus the pass this year. So the defense is giving up some big plays. I believe. Jones will be very important. AJ Brown will be a very important versus the Vikings. I mean AJ Brown will be very big this week. If you think about Jones versus the Vikings, he couldn't run, so I think they're going to try to stop Saquon Barkley. Uh, Aaron Jones, who's one of the best running backs in the NFL, could not get past the line of scrimmage, and they ran him a lot. So I see something similar this week with the Rams, focusing on the run, trying to stop that, and forcing Jalen Hurts to beat them. Keyword, forcing him to beat them. Um, Darnold had a lot of open guys last week. He just wasn't able to hit them. I feel like Jalen Hurts will be able to hit some guys. They will not be able to run the football consistently. Although I do love their rushing attack. That's going to put the ball in the hands of Jalen Hurts. And, over 202 passing yards is not a lot for an NFL quarterback, especially when they're going to force him to beat them. The last pick on the slate kind of correlates with the other pick is AJ Brown. AJ Brown, see his receiving yards for the season is at 83. I got him projected at 74. Once again, 20 rank versus the pass, bottom versus stopping receivers as well. I see him just totally going off this week because last week he really only got one reception for 10 yards. And last time that happened, he completely went off. Um, so with them allowing 223 yards and receptions, I see them, kind of breaking down in the secondary a couple times, and AJ Brown demanding more receptions. He's kind of been out of the situation the last few weeks, but he has hit this number 8 out of 12 games, so it's not a high number for him. I really like him over 69.5 receiving yards. He's a number one receiver. He should get an uptick in his usage rate. This is just a feeling bet, to be honest. You can keep it if you like it. I just really, really feel AJ Brown will get his due this week. Not just because he's complaining, but they're going to really need him, as I think the Rams stop the Eagles from running. Now to my recap, I got Jackson over 220 passing yards, Kincaid over 31.5 receiving yards, Williams over 14.5 fantasy score, Hurts over 202 passing yards, and Brown over 69.5 receiving yards. As I said earlier, I have my Saturday picks as well on my prop market channel, so go ahead and check that out. Like the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, do all that, do everything you can to get this algorithm out there for me. If I'm helping you make money, I want to help as many people as possible. So, this is an informational channel and I have a bunch of information. I'll have an NBA pick out as well. So you can slide over to the channel for that. And like I always say, keep what you like, leave what you don't, and let's cash.